Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Okay, I got my volume up full now.
Check 1 2. You hear me? My mic is registering on Zoom.
Oh, hold on. There you go. Go ahead.
Check 1 2.
Yeah.
Got me there?
There we go. Yeah, I think it might actually be. I think I screwed something up with my speakers here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, ever since I took them off Bluetooth and I have them plugged in. Yeah. I'm waiting on that cord to come in, so.
Looks like we got.
There we go.
I got you coming through. Audio looks good. I don't see any video though. Oh yeah, there you are. Okay, hold on. Video's there. So let's see. Yeah. All right. How you feeling? Feeling pretty good?
Oh yeah.
Rock that.
Ready?
I'm gonna get rid of this for a minute.
Why is that not showing up to the proper side? Okay. Whatever.
Hopefully this is sharper than the other way. Where can I put this? Do I need this? I guess so. I should be able to. Alright, let's roll the intro and just get into it. See if she goes here. Yeah, here we go. Yo. Got some music going here. Okay, what's happening here?
Oh.
What is that? That's not what we want. Not looking too bad. Let's see. Properties on this guy. This one? Can't do that one, can't do that one. Why can't I get you there? I got you there. What is that? What is that?
Uh-oh.
Doing it live, folks. Trying to figure out how we can show some Andy screens. Some of my 8K screens here.
Or trying a whole different app now.
Yeah.
What is that?
Why are you only
What the hell am I what?
I don't know what that is. Hold on, I'll just try deleting that one and re-adding. Delete. What else do we need here? We don't need that. We don't need that. Let's try window capture. This window, maybe. How do you know which one's which? Oh, maybe that is it. What? That's not it though. Select a window capture. What else is there? Come on, man. Yeah, like that looks fine over there. I don't know why it's not doing it over here. Looks like cabbage. It's not the right thing. Brutal. Technology, eh?
I know. No, let me see.
Like that's supposed to be that window over there. Replace meeting. 40 minutes. That'd be it, but why isn't it? Maybe I can get. I don't understand why that would be.
I have no idea what I just did.
There you go. You started screen share.
Yeah, can you see that or no?
Yeah, I can see everything. It's coming through to me. I don't know why OBS isn't wanting to. Display capture, no. Well, I guess I might be able to do that then. Let's see. Which one is it? This one? Okay, I got you there now.
There, I just turned it on and off. Did that?
No, if I yeah. Okay, hold on. We're on to something here. We're on to something.
Yeah,
I'm going to put a little filter on it. Let's see here. Boom, boom. Let's go left. No. Let's go 300. And top 200.
that's insane. All I had to do was turn it on and off.
I also changed some stuff here.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, let's go there. So I was trying to do a window capture, but now I'm doing a display capture, which is all good. So there you go. Now switch to your screens and see what you got.
Okay.
Should be able to.
Sure. Screen 2. So you.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, hold on.
That looks good.
How do I get this up?
It's a little sharper.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, I'm getting a new cable here for the camera as well, so hopefully that will
Oh yeah.
do something.
All right.
But yeah,
Let's try this out. Hey,
Let's
hey,
get it.
folks. Welcome back to Shirley Sound Studio. My name is Martin, and you can call me Marty. And this is my show, so let's go. And we got AK with us today. Hey, buddy, what's happening?
oh, nothing much. Having a good time watching the charts. How about you?
Well, yeah, screwing around with technology, figuring it out as we go. Doing it live. Okay, doing it live. But, have you heard, bud? We're going to the moon.
Yeah, I can see that.
We're going to the moon. Canada's going to the moon, man. So funny. Interesting timing regardless, because we have obvious. Actually, I didn't even freaking get any tabs open because we were trying to get this. So let's just see what we can find here. See what we can find here. So yes, the bill C-15 that's going through right now, I believe. Yeah, this is what's actually happening while they're going to the moon. While they're showing you going to the moon, this is what's happening with the structure of your government and your financial system. Okay, so basically, Canada is implementing the Bank of Canada's stablecoin, which is going to be blockchain run, CBDC, central bank digital currency, the enemy. You do not want this. You do not want this. This is not good if you are a freedom type person, because this is going to eliminate your freedoms. This is going to eliminate more of your freedoms. This is basically very similar to what you see in China right now, where they have current digital currency that has timers, restrictions.
If you don't use it's taken away from you at a certain time.
Rules, right? So this is how they're going to say
expiry date money.
Well, exactly, right? And how would this happen, right? This is insane. How would anybody let this happen? Well, we're in the process of causing the problem.
Everyone's letting it happen right now.
Well, the thing is they're not letting it happen right now, but they're letting the problem happen right now. And then when the problem happens and people are out on the streets and have nothing else to do, or nothing else, they have nothing, the government will be very happy to step in and say, it's okay, guys. We got this now. To stabilize our economy, we're going to give out digital currency, and to make sure that nobody hoards it, we're going to put timing on it, and we're going to put restrictions on it. We're going to put rules on it, and it's all going to be for your safety and for the better of the economy and for your greater good, which is false, 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 false. What they need to do is educate people.
Been telling you for 20 years Bitcoin is evil.
Yeah, exactly. And so obviously this is going to, like we were talking about on Friday, this is going to at first have a negative effect on Bitcoin, because people are going to be like, well, they want to trust their government. It's going to be patriotic, right? You're not going to want to use Bitcoin. You're going to want to use your country's currency to hold your country strong.
Being patriotic to your neighbor, not a government.
Yeah, absolutely. But the unfortunate situation is that the government's not doing this to help you. so you shouldn't. There's no, like you just said, there's no need to be patriotic about that. But what's going to happen is, for sure, people are going to sell Bitcoin. Of course, people are going to be forced to sell Bitcoin still, just because they need to make ends meet. So they're going to be forced to sell assets. Right? If they're losing their job and they don't have an income, well, then they have to go into their savings, and Bitcoin should be your savings, and is for a lot of people that understand this. So the unfortunate thing is most people that understand Bitcoin aren't in the CBDC camp, right? So they understand how this works, so they don't want for this to happen. So it's kind of weird. It's almost like it's a push me pull you, the classic push me pull you from both sides. We're getting resistance and support from both sides here, just coming in hot. So what's the Bitcoin price going to do? Well, nobody knows for sure, but I mean, right now, if you're looking at short-term price action, 4 hour here, we got money flowing up, which means, and also actually breaking out of this downward trend. So likely some positive price action. And I think what I told you on Friday is, if we see, and even though I told you yesterday I was interested in a long here, and I took a long, but as soon as we lost that low, I was out. No reason to hold that. Could have held it and would be in the green right now, sure, but I would have been all night in the red, and I'm not interested in doing that. I slept last night, so take a $5-10 loss and then look for another one, not a big deal. But now is sort of where, this is a nice shelf of volume that held. We're breaking out. Now if we come back and retest and hold, okay, maybe I'm going to look for a long again. And I would expect that long to bring us up around 69, 70K. So basically the exact same thing that we were talking about last week. Look for a pump into a dump. And each one of these pumps into dumps is trending to the downside. We're in a downtrend, right? So we look for the pump, and then we look for the weakness, and we come down. Maybe, so this local downtrend is breaking. So maybe we come back up to here, 70K. This looks nice. There's a nice high volume node up here. But ultimately, if we don't break that, then that's going to be clear sign of continuation and likelihood of our prediction that we've had on here for a while to play out. No one can say for sure, but let's see. Right now we are above the POC, so that's good. That's good for the bulls to hold above the POC, but we still got a lot of work to do before any massive price action comes in. And even on the daily, we got money flowing in. But the thing is that if you compare it to back here, where we had money flowing in and crossing into the green, all we did was get like a couple weeks of up, down, up of a bull trend, right? So higher highs, lower, or higher lows, higher highs. But then as soon as that broke, boom, next leg to the downside. So I'm expecting, if we do see a little bit of positive price action here, for it to be, as soon as we cross over into the green, I'm looking for shorts, man. I know this was a massive red wave. It was actually, we were talking about this weeks ago. This is the lowest I've ever seen money flow ever in the red. So the most money flew out of Bitcoin that's ever flown out before, and the price didn't really move that much, kind of just consolidated sideways. So that's bullish. But also at the same time, we have more money flowing out than ever, and it's only going sideways. I don't know. It's like, you think there's obviously buyers and sellers, but
yeah, I mean, here's the thing. From what I've read, even though it was still a horrible month, I mean, it was still 1.32 billion in inflows in March, and it was just apparently institutions buying the board market again.
Yeah, there's definitely more people holding over 1,000 Bitcoin buying than ever before. So I
it's
think
not really like affecting it as much as, I mean, it normally would.
No, I think just the negative news is really what's affecting the negative price action. People are selling because they're forced to sell, selling because they're scared, selling because they're speculating on a year-long bear market, which...
Well, yeah, and I mean, inflation, life's tough.
Well,
sometimes
yeah,
you sell a
exactly,
little
right.
bit of the bag to pay some stuff off.
Selling because they have to.
You buy it back though.
Yeah, and we do have a massive inefficiency up here, so I would not be surprised for us to come in and hang out up and around here, 85K, and we could easily, before going down, if we hold on top of this POC, well then we could go boom, 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 and look for some sort of fractal to play out here, where we go and go around a bit. The only thing is if we do this, there's still a good chance that we do this. I end up in the same sort of, it's up and then down, or down and then up. This is actually the better scenario, because I think if we go up and then down, a lot more people are going to get wrecked. And that's kind of technically what the market likes to do, because a lot of people would be right around here. They're calling, okay, that's the end of the bear market, right? Easily. Like you're going to see in the news. Why would we ever see this with everything that's going on in the Middle East, everything that's going on with inflation, the governments, another possible government shutdown because they don't know what to do? It's like, I don't see this scenario happening. I see more pain. Like, everyone's talking about whether interest rates are going to go up or going to go down. Nobody knows what to do. There's nothing they can do really, because if interest rates go up, then your
whole currency is basically screwed. The fiat system's done.
The fiat system is done. Yeah, it's
they just don't know what to do.
They're trying to. It's an attempt at a managed decline.
Yeah.
Right. So, but the thing is that unfortunately, whether they know what they're doing or not, it's not going to be smooth. So that's why I don't think more positive. The only reason this happens is if we get ultimately a ton more money printing right away, which I don't think we're quite ready for that. I think we need a little bit more pain before they really go, okay, dang, we have to turn on the money printer again because there's no other way out of this. The only thing they can do is hold off on the money printer as long as possible, and then they have to turn it back on again, right?
Well, they need to take away from you before they can print the solution.
Yeah. They want to make sure that they're the ones holding the bag when they print, not you. That's why I'm more inclined to go along the lines with more pain, to wash more people out, to scare more people out, so they can accumulate more at lower prices. Even though like Michael Saylor bought another, he did another big buy today. Maybe that's why we see a little bit of the lower time frame price action. Honestly, this is, yeah, like, I mean, you know, I don't know. It's just like, no matter what we see, Bitcoin just doesn't have legs. You know, it's just every pump's getting sold into. Every time we pump, sold. Every time we hit here, like massive resistance, and we hit up again in the same spot, massive resistance. It just does not. This is not what a bull market looks like. This is what a bear market looks like. This is why, ultimately, if we do start to go up here, I am going to be looking for weakness to be looking for stacking short positions, because this is not a time where people are like, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Even though there's a lot of people saying that, the majority of people that don't understand how the markets work are waiting for an opportunity to sell the pump because they need the money. So, you know, a lot of people have property taxes coming out here in the next couple months. They got to get ready for that. A lot of people have, you know, mortgage renewals, house insurance, all these large payments that people have to do, all their taxes, all that type of stuff. You know, it's all happening around this type of year. This is exactly when we saw the correction last year, around the exact same time. And again, the 60K drop that we had in February, great buyback opportunity, again, for taxes, right? So all this stuff happens around this type of year, almost every year, especially if there's any type of uncertainty in any part of the world, right? Anything that's affecting supply chains, anything like that. So just because of taxes, we usually see volatility, and now we have, you know, really potentially really bad uncertainty happening. So the chances of Bitcoin going up a whole lot more in the next few months, I don't see it. Could I be wrong? Yes, absolutely, I could be wrong. Am I prepared for both ways? Yes, because I'm a trader. So I am looking for longs if I see, you know, signs at support, at critical support. I'll look for a long, you know. And if we break out and start holding resistance and flip it into support, well then sure, I'll look for another long. I'll protect myself whether the price goes up or down. But if you're a DCA and you're just long-term holder, expect more pain ahead is what I would say. And or just don't be surprised if it happens, right? Because things are not good right now. At least they don't seem very good. But we are going to the moon.
No, this is a great learning opportunity to feel the pain of watching your value go down while still maintaining the same amount of Bitcoin now. Yeah. And then in the following year or 2 years, you're gonna sit there and go, holy crap, it was valued at that at one point, and look at what I was buying Bitcoin at. I mean, I remember what I was buying my first, you know, Bitcoin at, and now we're not talking a full Bitcoin, but you know, just
fractions.
What bucks used to buy you.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. But ultimately, I think what's going on here is whether it's the moon thing, it's anything to do with Trump, it's all just a distraction to lay down the rails of the framework that the future has in store for you. So you need to understand this stuff, because once people start to use this, or are forced to start to use this, they're gonna be wishing that they had this, that they had the almighty Bitcoin. Like,
well, let's think about this. AI is how old, and it already chooses to use it over anything else.
Yeah. It's a no-brainer, but we have to come up here every week, Sundays 11, smash the subscribe and like button, guys. Come on. And we're just trying to get you prepared for what's inevitably going to happen in the future. Okay, we're not going back to candles, we're not going back to horse and buggy. Okay, we're moving forward. We're moving forward, whether you like it or not. Change is happening, and it's happening rapidly. And
you could build a utopia. Imagine if all 40 million Canadians went out and bought the last bit of remaining Bitcoin.
Yeah.
You know, Canada would be the greatest country you could possibly ever be on, and nobody would be looking to buy us out.
And that's game theory. And once a majority of a population figures it out, they win. And El Salvador is already leading the race.
Oh, I know.
Right? Because people in Canada are told that it's great here. Oh no, this is the best place in the world. It is very awesome. Don't get me wrong, but it is. The reason they're telling you that is because they don't want you to go or explore somewhere else. Because if you think it's good here, you know, if you think that the grass is not greener on the other side, then you will have no incentive to look on the other side of the fence, no incentive to leave, Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. This is where you want to be. But ultimately, you have to do your own research. Have to do your own research. Figure out what's going on in the other places in the world. And yeah, like game theory is straight up with Bitcoin. The first country that prints to buy Bitcoin wins. So who's buying the Bitcoin right now? Well, El Salvador is buying Bitcoin as a country. United States has Bitcoin because they've confiscated it from criminals. No other country.
Well, here's Canada.
Canada.
Stable coin.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, that's a stable coin, so I don't know.
Fiat backed stable coin. That's just useless.
Absolutely useless. Well, it's only useful for I don't know. It's a stepping stone, right? And so you remember that game Most Extreme Elimination Challenge? Where they had to run across the steps? There was water and they had to run across all the steps, but some of the steps were fake and just they were floating. Most of them were hard, but every once in a while you'd get one that was just floating and it would sink if you stepped on it. Well, it's like, this is it. Like, we're all about to go through the Most Extreme Elimination Challenge, and you need to understand which rocks float and which ones don't. You know, or which ones are gonna fucking sink. I mean, like, it's there's gonna be, I think in this situation there's gonna be more sinkers than floaters. So
yeah. Well, you know, I honestly think, you know, one day all of us Bitcoiners will eventually just migrate to one place, and 1,000 years down the road they'll be talking about how their ancestors all migrated to
District 1
location.
We're gonna go to District 1.
Yeah,
100%, man. It's just whether it's, you know, the Hunger Games is just basically a metaphor. It's not going to be exactly the same way, but that's just, if you take a society and then you integrate technology and you follow the trend 150, 200, whatever years, that's what ends up happening. The wealth division divides people into groups. You have the people, like you just said, that understand what's happening before it comes, and they prepare for it and position themselves properly, and they end up, when things get to the point where they're like, okay, you know what, it doesn't make sense for me to stay here anymore. And I even just took my girls downtown this morning because we had to drop the wife off at a first aid course, and we had to drive down Pandora to get there. And it was like, brutal, man. Even both my girls are like, what is this? I'm like, this is your liberal government hard at work.
You remember when we were children, we used to walk down there, no problem. Grass was green, everything was beautiful. You'd walk down there with your grandparents and go to the Bay Center. It was clean.
It was beautiful, man. And it has, and I'm not, and when I say
you used to chuck a penny in the water and wishing wells,
when I say it's the liberal government at work, I'm not necessarily saying that to simply hate on the liberal government. They have been terrible, but I have no political stance whatsoever. It's currency debasement overall, whether you are red, blue, green, black, brown, or white, it doesn't fucking matter. Currency debasement, no matter what political party, leads to the exact same
system.
And exactly. Right? The liberal government just decided to print a lot of money, which is putting us in this position faster than we could have, right? Where as conservative sort of forces work and proof of work, and basically liberal is proof of stake. And if you understand how that works, then it's pretty obvious. Bitcoin's proof of work. You need to actually show your work to be verified. Whereas proof of stake, you just need to say you have what you have, and take my word for it.
That's funny. That's like in school math. You know, they wouldn't give you the right answer unless you showed your work.
Or give you the right. Even if you had the right answer, you wouldn't get you wouldn't get it right.
No, you wouldn't. Yeah, you wouldn't get it right because you didn't show your work.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's proof of work, and that's kind of stuff that we went through in school, and that's stuff that stuck with us, with the long division and all that. But for whatever reason, you know, calculators, anything that's making it more efficient, unfortunately makes the person have to think less, and over time just affects creativity, affects human involvement in general. And you can just go look at any housing development, and it's clear as day, because if you go back to a housing development in the 80s, each house was different. They all had their own character,
beautiful.
right?
Beautiful.
And they all and nowadays every house is the same. It's because the digital, this is the best thing we can do, bang for the buck. We're gonna do them all the same. Maybe we'll mirror image a couple of them, but it's just all box squares. Nothing is original. It's all crap. And the houses that they've developed in the last 20 years are already falling apart and will not outlast the houses that they developed in the 70s and the 80s. Like, it's insane. And it's by design, because they don't want them to last. They want you to have to buy another one. Planned obsolescence is real.
You might as well just get into a mobile home park and buy yourself a goddamn double wide for, $200,000 and just pay a pad fee of $700 a month.
Yeah, and what more do you need?
Replace it in 25 years for another $250,000.
Oh shit, are we timed? This Zoom call is timing us.
Oh, sweet.
Wow. I just got a thing that said that it might just cut this out. That's why it was called 40 minutes. It gives you 40 minutes. Well, I mean, honestly, we'll just probably go back to Telegram, because the resolution was a little bit better for your screen, but if it wants to freaking try and control us like that, we don't do that.
Yeah, no. If it takes me off, I'll just start heading over for some golden tea if you got the time today.
Yeah, for sure, definitely do. We'll definitely get into some GT. I shot a 15 under last night.
Oh man, come on.
One of the 3D courses. Mark came over and we played a couple rounds. Yeah, it was good. Been a while. I was like, oh man, I've been rusty. I haven't played in a couple weeks. The last time I played was when you beat me, and so I had a chip on my shoulder.
Yeah. Oh, geez, it's like Tiger Woods here. You get in a drunk driving accident too?
No, I haven't got there yet. I haven't made enough money yet to do that, but I will eventually move to Florida, and
and just be the golden tee drunk driver. Yeah. That'd be great.
Except for by then I'll have a Cybertruck that'll drive me, so I can get as drunk as I want.
Yeah, you'll have to program it to flip you.
Program it to crash just for a publicity stunt.
Yeah.
But yeah, ultimately, this is happening, man. Canadian Terra Digital, CAD Digital, financial institution. They tested it December 25th, Q1 launch, targeted banks, national banks. Timeline, official rollout timeline. November 25 was the introduction to the bill. The bill, I believe, just passed last week. So yeah, it's full framework enforced by 2027. Bank of Canada supervision fully active.
I told you, by 2030, with everything, there will be no cash. What the hell, are we running out of time?
Wow. Well, that just lines up perfectly with more downward price action, more uncertainty throughout 2026, while they distract people, right? And they lay this framework while they could distract you with other things in the news. And then by the time everything's okay, we have a solution, framework's fully in, we got it figured out. Like, what? Oh yeah, but remember when we went to the moon? Like, no. Remember when we did this? No. Remember this? No. But now we're fucked, right? All these things happen, and you just go from one thing to the next to the next. Each week it's a new thing until it's the last thing.
Yeah.
Pay attention, y'all. Y'all gotta pay attention, man. Does not look good.
Yeah, it's amazing how many times you can have the conversation with people too, and just, they keep coming back complaining about the same thing, and you're like, man, I've shown you the way out.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to do with you.
This is interesting. The stablecoin market dominance breakdown, USDT it's hard to read because it was a small thing, but USDT it looks like 50, 60, like over 60% is USDT, which is why I tell people to, trade in USDT, understand USDT, try and use USDT more than any other stablecoin, because it is the most decentralized stablecoin that anyone can use. And if they expect people to get into a nation-backed fiat digital currency, then they have to understand that we're gonna use other stable coins too, right? Like, I mean, I guess it would be like,
spending
it would be like now, right, where they accept Canadian currency in Canada and they accept United States currency in the United States, right? So wherever you are, it's going to be depend on who actually accepts it. But ultimately, this stuff is not for saving; it's for using, right? So that's what we really have to understand here is. You also don't want to save money. You want to use money too, right? Like, but people save money, and it's insane. Because why would you want to save money? This is just proof. Like, it's for using. It's not for saving. USDT. There's gonna be, I don't know what this is, but
I sent you a couple things there that they're just little shorts he did that are very good. That just explain things I guess very easily, very quickly.
Okay.
Thought you might enjoy them.
Let's have a look. Is this
It's just Lark Davis, but
yeah.
Just some good stuff.
Let's see here. No. Stay right there. Okay, let's pause this for a minute.
Bitcoin is Fight Club, but for money. The first rule, stop trusting the system that's bleeding you dry. No banks, no governments, no middlemen, just math, just code, just truth. You're not buying an asset. You're opting out of the system. They can't print more Bitcoin. They can't stop it. They can't control it. For the first time in history, money belongs to the people, and that terrifies them, but it should liberate you. Follow me to join the resistance.
Well, you don't have to join a resistance.
Surely Sound.
Yeah, that's good. I wouldn't go as far as joining a resistance. That's a
No,
little unnecessary,
no.
but yeah, he's got a good point there.
That's just kind of the first parts of the video.
Right.
The end parts are just, him doing his spiel to, get the subscribers.
Yeah. What's this one?
Sometimes, just sometimes, you have to burn it all down to build something real. Your identity, your habits, your beliefs, anything you didn't consciously choose needs to be questioned, because you probably have a lot of programming from people you grew up around that is bullshit, that you don't need, it's not serving you. Most of who you are was installed by people who don't have your best interests at heart. It's not always bad. Parents have your best interests many times, with teachers, media, culture. You're running software that you didn't write. Time to wipe the drive, destroy the old you, the one that they built, so the real you can finally exist. Follow me. Let's rebuild from the ashes.
Yeah, I mean, that has to do with anything that you're trying to learn new, because the system is fully made you for their benefit, not for yours. So
yeah, I mean, that's the reason why you go to school for 13 years, and the moment you get out, you don't know how to do anything that's required of you.
Yeah. And then when it comes to taxes,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
They just can't wait to penalize you.
Like, what the hell's all this?
Yeah, let's see.
Your salary, it's not compensation. It's a leash they measure in dollars. Just enough to survive, never enough to escape. They calculated exactly how much they need to pay you. Enough to show up on Monday, but not enough to quit on Friday. You're not being paid for your value, you're being managed. A golden leash is still a leash. Build assets that help you cut the rope. Bitcoin, investments, income streams, side hustles, anything they don't control. Follow me, I'll help you cut the leash.
Cut the leash.
Your salary, it's not
that's basically it, just simple things.
Yeah. Simple things too, but convenience is what kills.
Yeah.
Let's see. What does this say? Stablecoins in action, enabling spend, save, transfer, and growth. So they have yield-bearing stablecoins. So that's going to be this is actually, somebody was asking me about this the other day, and this is what I wanted to point out. What could have an effect, and what they're going to try and do to pull people away from Bitcoin, is introduce the yield-bearing stablecoin, right? There needs to be incentive for people to hold the stablecoin. So they're going to have to pay people a yield to hold the stablecoin. That's going to be just like right now how the bond market works. People only buy bonds if they're going to get a good interest rate on them, right? So if people stop buying bonds and the bond market goes down, well, then you typically see a raise in interest rates so that there's more incentive to buy bonds, right? But right now, people know it doesn't really matter what the interest rate is. They're not getting their money back on a bond, so they're not buying them. And this is why we're seeing things do decouple from the norm in up and down.
But obviously they took a blender and they just stuck it right in the system, and there's fucking they're just shaking everything up, right? Like nothing. You can barely look at statistics now and get a proper idea of where we should be going, what we should be doing, because everything is just mangled, absolutely mangled. All the numbers are either way too high, way too low, and so diverged from where they're supposed to be and for other numbers they're supposed to be with, that there's no fixing the system. And that's by design. Manage decline. They want to take your everything in your mind.
This is exactly how they get all of your money, just like they did with the pennies, right? Like, we're gonna get rid of the pennies, bring them all into us, don't use them, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Here's your stable coins. If you got cash, go to the bank, put it in, and we're gonna.
Oh, you got freaking cut. It cut ya. Jeez. Look at that. Upgrade. Host meetings 30 hours. It cut ya. Dang. Upgrade today. Well, we're not going to upgrade today. Let's see if I can just start another one. Do-do-do-do-do. I don't want that. Start. That's so funny. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Okay, go back over here. Let's go in there. That's funny. Funny. Zoom. We're going back to Telegram. I guess we could probably just switch right to Telegram. Check, 1 2.
There you go. You got me?
Yeah, it just cut you off there.
Okay. Well, I'll just start heading over.
Yeah, that's funny. But this is interesting though. Like, see, it's showing you how stablecoin cards are going to be used, like Visa, MasterCard, and stuff like that. And you're gonna have wallets, and you're gonna have payments. So to collect and receive, right? You have e-commerce, payouts. All this stuff is being integrated or is already integrated with stablecoins. You just notice how you have Ripple in there for cross-border transactions. And also notice how Bitcoin is nowhere to be seen in here.
Because they can't control it.
Of course, right? So this is what they're offering, not what you have to use. This is what they're offering.
This is what we were saying about XRP before.
Yeah.
It's now controlled.
Yeah. And it has been the whole time.
Well, yeah.
But
yeah, there's just now it's
obvious.
Right there in front of you.
Exactly. It's undeniable now.
But,
and sure, it works great. I get the people who are about XRP, like, it does work great, but it's not in your best interest that it works great. Okay, you have to understand.
I doubt it's going to be
the reason,
shooting up again like it has, especially if it's getting into the stablecoin industry. The price is most likely looking to be about the same.
Well, yeah, they want it to be around $1. That's exactly where they want it to be. And I was in a group chat in 2017 with one of the guys that was on the panel for creating Ripple, and he said he was talking obviously for months talking about how it was going to be amazing, keeping everybody up to date with the technology, with what they're doing, with the roadmap and all that stuff. So I was on board with XRP for quite a while because of the information I was getting from somebody directly on the panel, until it took a turn when somebody of a power realized that what they were doing was a massive threat and needed to be controlled, and then they took control of it. And he had one message after this happened. It was quite a long message, multiple paragraphs, explaining what happened very broadly, because you need plausible deniability. So, yeah. But I got the gist of it, and basically the gist of it is what they were doing was too good for the way that society is controlled. So it was masked, it was controlled, there was a veil thrown over it. That's why it was under investigation for so long. Basically, he got out, and this is right around when it was pumping up to $3 for the first time. And he said, again, that was only a matter of days. And he's like, I sold it all. I'm out, guys. Left the group. Never heard from that guy again. But throughout all of his actions and one of the last few things that he said, it painted a pretty clear picture to me that XRP was potentially at one point supposed to be amazing for people, but it got taken advantage of. It got taken because XRP
the creator had a number that
exactly
bought for,
exactly the person who created it they can be controlled, right? That's why Bitcoin remains to be decentralized, because
which is exactly why you'll never find out who made it.
At this point you can't, because it would
destroy it.
First of all, they're most likely passed away at this point.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, or never really. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It is what it is now, right? And where we are now, the past is the past, and it's in the past. Nothing can happen in the future that can affect the framework that's already been laid, the tracks and the rails that have already been manufactured for Bitcoin, the nodes, the people running all this stuff, the miners. Like it's once you understand how large it actually is, you realize that there's no turning back. And the governments know this. This is why they're creating all this madness to try and they're running around with chickens with their head cut off, trying to get a hold of their society running free, right? Like,
yeah, they're still buying Bitcoin too.
Well, absolutely, because that's one part of the plan, right? One part of the plan is to buy as much as it as they can so they can control. Another part of the plan is to offer something similar and with incentivization so people will get away from it.
That's the thing. How are they going to pay you to use all this stuff? They clearly need an asset that's going to pay them to pay you.
Yeah.
Well, what's that asset?
And how are they going to make that asset pay themselves? By inflating the dollar.
Yeah.
The same way they've been doing it forever, whether it's property or land or whatever, like it's assets. They inflate their own currency and they hold the asset so they get richer. So and that's where the yield is going to come from, because you're going to be holding a stable coin that's going to be losing value, but they are going to be printing more of the stable coin. So the number is going to be getting larger. So it seems like it's better for you.
It's
right?
a digital fiat currency.
Exactly, which makes it even easier to print.
Doesn't work.
Inflation is going to be even easier to happen, and they like inflation. They want it. They hold assets so it makes them richer. You have to understand. It's called inflation because it inflates the rich, deflates the poor. But yeah, man, it's undeniable now. We're on here just trying to help some people out on the internet, and I mean, if you're watching this right now, well, then you're ahead of 99.9% of the population. If you're watching this video in months to come or whatever, and in the future, and you're looking back on it, well, hopefully you did something to help yourself and your family and your friends, because it's happening, and hopefully it's not too late and hasn't already happened by the time you're watching this video. Wow, they got Terra Luna UST on here. Or this is actually requires stablecoins, understood, because they have Tether, fiat-backed, algorithmic. You don't want algorithmic, that's no good. They've tried it many times and it's fallen at depegs all the time. You need a fiat-backed one is the only one that makes sense, because then you can also use it to register inflation. If you look at the market cap of USDT and you see that the market cap of USDT is going up, that means they're printing more money because it's backed to the dollar 1-to-1. That's how it's a stable coin. So it is possible, if you know what you're looking for, to have and use all this information to your benefit. But for the most part, for anybody who's like just going with the flow and doesn't really understand or want to do their own research or look into it, it's just going to end up taking advantage of you.
And
exploiting
USDT,
you.
I think, went up 3 cents on our Canadian dollar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been back and forth with it, and I was getting like $1.36 before, now I'm getting like $1.39. So.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, I know our dollar sucks, but.
Canada's printing more money than anybody. It's brutal, man. It's bad. It's real bad.
Not really a country, but
they're printing more money and just exporting it to other countries. It's insane.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
insane. Absolute insanity.
Here's a good stat for you too. So, like you said, you'll be way ahead of everybody if you're just watching, just being somewhat educated. I mean, right now it's saying that there's possibly like maybe a 1 to 2% of the worldwide population owns Bitcoin. That's it. Look at how big and massive it's talked about, and it's everywhere. Possibly 6% if you're including all the exposure. I mean, this is a global thing, and I just, it makes zero sense why somebody would think owning, $10 of it isn't worth it. I mean, if you own $10 of gold back in 1900, you'd be loaded today.
Exactly. And it's because it's patient taking from the impatient, right? Oh, did I lose you again? Or can you hear me?
No, I got you.
Okay, I just shared my screen, I think, for you so that you could see. Could you see my screen before? Or was it just off?
I got you on the YouTube too. I'm watching the channel, and I just got that on mute, and I got everything else open too.
Okay. I had to pop this up because I found this absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, let's see this.
So funny.
Not in the screen though. I just see Surely Sound.
Oh, okay. Do you see what I'm showing on my screen though on the stream?
Yeah, but in the corner it just says Surely Sound. I see your window open in the. You see yeah.
Oh, why'd it happen to you? Okay, now you're going.
Like where my camera is.
There we go. There you are.
Link.
I don't know. I haven't used Zoom since 2020 and I'm not liking it.
No, it's not very good. Yeah, like I need that thing moved over to the left.
Which, this one?
Oh, no. Now you got me back.
Yeah, I got you back. I got you back there.
I just had the screen that you were sharing. The only thing that I could see on the screen was Surely Sound.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's basically saying screen's off.
No.
But yeah, if I go, yeah, because I should be able to share. Yeah, why wouldn't that? I don't know. Anyways, this is so funny, and I put a picture of me into. This was Gemini did this one, so I've been hopping around with the AIs. I used all of them, see which one's which one's better. But some of them are so bad still, it's hilarious. And then you get like. It's just a picture of me, and it wasn't even a full picture of me. You could only see half my shirt too, and I just said make this person a South Park character, and it freaking like how hilarious is that? Again, Surely Sound hat, I accept Bitcoin shirt, goatee, gloves. I don't know.
There's no hashtag for the South Park guys.
No, I had to just put soon, because
you could be the sound studio.
Well, South Park already had an episode where they talk about Bitcoin. It was years ago, but it was in the episode. The boys, maybe Eric, I can't remember which one, go to the future, and he's like, in the future we only accept Bitcoin. Blah blah blah, and it's funny because they're making fun of it because at the time that's where it was, because I want to say it was like 2014 or 2015 or something like that, maybe when they did that episode, and it's all about them making fun of it. But the funny thing is now is that let's see what happens next season, which is going to be coming out this year. I bet you they have something to do with digital currencies one way or another.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, so the fact that it came up with this, not even being able to see my entire shirt in the picture, like literally just the top half of the B, and it came up with this, man, I laughed so hard when I saw this. I almost hit the floor. And with very little prompt too, very little description, and it nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. I like it has so funny. So fucking funny.
It's pretty much spot on for.
Oh, and it's funny too, and I just noticed this right now, but that's my freaking red ring. I was like, what? I was like, what is that red thing on my hand there? It's my freaking ring. Which, by the way, if you hadn't got this, I've been wearing a red ring all bear market, red hat all bear market. I hope you guys have been getting my subliminal messaging. When I start wearing a black ring and I put my green hat back on, swing, swing, then we'll be in the bull market. But
then you
for
know
now,
what to do. That's when you start taking the longs.
For now, wait for the pumps. Wait for the pumps to lose some juice. Lose some juice and energy, and then look for the shorts, because the shorts are going to be paying you way better than the longs will. At this point, of course, you just have more of a chance. But yeah, man, that sounds like I think we've been streaming for almost an hour here. So if you want to roll over and play some GT and get a game in for sure.
Yeah, you got it all set up, and I'll be over in about 15.
Okay, sounds good. All right, man. Peace out. Good stream.
We'll see you later.
See you in a bit. Everyone else, make sure you smash the like and subscribe. Do all that dumb shit, and let's keep living on the same plane, if you know what I'm saying. There's no reason for your level of wealth, your values in life and your way of life to go down. You don't need to take a hit in the way of life. The currency is going, if you save money, then you're going to get progressively poorer. But if you save assets or hold assets or diversified in any way, you will be just fine. But you have to position yourself properly. So make sure you subscribe, and all you got to really do is pay attention, and I'll come at you once a week here, maybe more, as we get going into some more exciting price action and or potential bottom watch, which ain't happened for a couple months, but when we get there, it'd be worth it to be paying attention. So subscribe to this channel, subscribe to other channels like it, get your information from people who are telling you to do your own research, and people who are interested in decentralization. We want our information coming from as many different people as possible, not one central entity, because that one central entity is giving you all your information. Well, then they control what you know and what you don't know. You should always be questioning anybody that's telling you anything and see if it's benefiting you or them more before you take their advice. All right, folks? Peace out. Love ya. Have a good day. Get outside. Touch a tree, touch the grass, make sure you connect to the universe, unplug yourself from the bullshit, plug yourself into what's real and spiritual and meaningful. Enjoy yourself here on this planet and this experience in human life. All right? Peace. Come on, hockey. I recommend putting your opinions aside and learning how to think logically